So I'm doing this video with bedhead and pajamas. You can hear in my voice a bit of a sore throat. I had a bit of a cold, and then this cough is lasting for a while, and um, not so I'm not sick, but I'm decided to not go out. There's also a ton of snow and it's very cold, so I'm just kind of hibernating this week. And yeah, so I felt weird to get dressed and fix my hair and everything for a video, because I want to just show up as I am. So here I am. And I've actually been really excited this week. I've been really inspired and feeling really optimistic about some new creative projects that I'm working on, and just making more art and exploring some new ideas. In one way, it feels like everything's kind of lined up for me, and I'm ready for this new thing, and I'm excited about it. And then I made time in my schedule to work on it, and I get to the time where, okay, I'm doing my new creative project, and I just sit there looking at the blank page. Shit, all of a sudden I'm like, I don't know where to start. I don't think I'm good enough for this. I'm probably not ready to do this. And then all of these really uncomfortable feelings just started coming up, and I just wanted to like push everything away and do something else. So, of course, I just started leading a new coaching group on alchemy, on turning the obstacle into the way through. So I knew, I'm asking everyone in the group to stay with the obstacle, to keep going deeper and deeper into it, and holding space for them to do that work. And of course, I can't do the opposite. I can't come across my own obstacle and then just say, all right, I'm just going to go make popcorn and watch a movie, right? So I just sit with all those feelings, and I was just noticing how common it is. Like, for creative people, we get these ideas, right? We're very connected to inspiration, right? So we get the idea, come in, and we're excited about it. We're like, oh yeah. And there's all this energy flowing, right? And then we get to the point where we're going to start working on the thing, and it's like there's that little bit of self-doubt. I almost think of it like you've got this whole like caravan of things moving, like with your inspiration and ideas and your creativity and your gifts. So there's this like caravan of stuff moving down the road, and then there's this little pebble of self-doubt, right? And so the wheel hits that pebble and everything gets knocked over. So it's not necessarily that the self-doubt is huge, or it can be. I mean, hitting a boulder doesn't work either, but even a little pebble is enough to like kind of knock things off. And then it feels like extra annoying because you had all this great enthusiasm and you're feeling really positive about it, and then it hits this and it's like, oh shit. And then that can kind of trigger other stories to come up around, like, you never follow through on this stuff. You get ideas and you don't do them, or like things don't work out the way you want them to anyway. And like, let's look at all these other times when this didn't work, and like all of that. And for me, this is just a part of my creative process. When I go to create something new, this is what happens. And it's not just me. I've had a lot of clients over the years as well who creative people just find it easier to be in that stage of getting ideas and being excited about something. And it's a little harder where the rubber meets the road, right? So I had to just be with all of those uncomfortable feelings, give myself some space, like really feel into what's happening, give my, all of my reactions are legitimate. They're not necessarily true, right? But my feelings are valid. So make space for my feelings, and then explore deeper into the stories and all of that stuff. And then what came into my mind was, oh, well, I could start with this thing because that's an easier way to start than the way that I was trying to start. And then, of course, I had the little voice pop up and say, no, that's too easy. You're kind of cheating to take the easy way. And then, of course, I was like, well, yeah, I hear you, but taking an easy way to start actually makes it easier to start. And then once you started, you start generating momentum and flow, and then it's easier to shift into the harder thing. So I did start, with that easy thing yesterday afternoon, and it was around like, well, it was just after lunch, so it was maybe at 1 o'clock when all of this started. And so I needed some time to work through all of that. And then I started working on the easy thing. And then I just naturally progressed. Like once I had that flow going, the inspiration going, and I stayed working. So I wake up early, so I start work early, so I tend to end work earlier in the day. But I kept working till about 6:30 or 7 because I was just like in the flow and going. Right. And today it doesn't feel daunting to dive back in where I was and keep going. So sometimes it's hard to start something, and that doesn't mean that you shouldn't start it. It means that you need to explore what's going on in you that is making it harder. Right? If you have the inspiration to do something, you can do it. Like our dreams do not come for no reason. Like they have purpose, right? You know, like your dream calls you towards your true self. Your dream is asking you to grow, to awaken a part of you that helps you be more who you really are, helps you move towards your real purpose. So it doesn't mean it's gonna be easy every step along the way, but it certainly is possible. So please, no matter how uncomfortable it gets, just don't give up. And I'll be back here next week.